So no mention of him bankrupting Motown to produce The Wiz? No?
That
Okay.
wasn't in there, no.
He loved him some Diana Ross. I'll just leave it at that.
More than you know. You guys let me know when you're done.
We're done.
So we can get into it. Now, we opened the show with a little bit of conversation about Saturday's game, Michigan and Michigan State. Rico asking, is it a pivot point for the rivalry? That, look, it's clear. This is the worst time to play this game because it is a rivalry. These teams hate each other. The fans hate each other. And you can't do that Saturday. You just can't. Not with what went on this week. And sports and life are two completely different things, but you get the point. A lot of people have a hard time separating that. The point I'm making is, yeah, it'll change Saturday. Michigan's doing some classy stuff. I'm going to give benefit of the doubt that Hunter Dickinson won't do his signature celebration. I hope he doesn't, because that's not going to be a bright move. The point is, it won't change anything. If these two teams meet up in the Big Ten tournament, it'll be just as nasty. Football field's going to be gross. Fan base is toxic, both ways. So if you want to get in on that, you can. I guess for me, the only question I would ask at 3 before I offer you something else to talk about is, I don't know, the game just doesn't really matter to me. It just doesn't. It's not the week to do this game. And I know they have to play it, and I understand the scheduling and all of it. But I really wish Michigan State was playing just a nondescript opponent. Because the rivalry is why we like sports, and you can't approach this game this way with what took place this week. Too many people, are impacted. And whether you are a mom, a dad, an aunt, an uncle, a sibling, a grandparent, you know somebody who's up there at school. Or you know somebody who's got somebody up there. Or I know someone who lives damn near next to one of the victims. Like, guys, it's not the weekend for it. So, no, there's nothing from Rico or I. We're like, guys, I'll be honest, I'm going on vacation. Whether State wins by 20, loses by 20, I don't really care. I don't. Being straight up with you. It's not like State's very good this year. Michigan isn't very good. But beyond it, I'm not even allowed to carry the hate that I have for this other school and for this game because it would make me an inhuman POS. I don't have any feeling for this game. Play the game. Everybody keep it classy. Whatever happens, happens. But I wanted to know what your viewpoint of the game was. Because I don't know how you approach this like it's normal. It's not.
It's not normal. And see, I actually thought that maybe they could hit the reset button on the rivalry where they actually just make it about what happens on the field. And it's not to say that you have to love your opponents because they never will, because these are people who grew up in State. They have family and friends and girlfriends or whatever who root for the other school. But it doesn't have to be as toxic as it has gotten, where it's spilling out and it's going into the fan bases. You just want to see it about the field, about the ice, about the court, and not about everything else. And, yeah, it's unfortunate. Too bad they can't play the Minnesota game tonight because I think that would be a good game to kind of ease back into reality. Michigan is going above and beyond. They're doing a lot of things for Michigan State tonight. The players will have, tomorrow they'll have on special warm-ups. They're giving out 2,000 T-shirts to the fans, to the student section at Michigan, a 30-second moment of silence, a Spartan Strong banner in the Maze Rage. My question is, what happens during the game? What happens after the game? Because maybe, just maybe, and maybe I'm just being the optimistic here, that this could kind of set things back to how it should be. Well, yeah, you don't ever want to lose to them, but it doesn't become just the pure toxic hate.
Except it will. 248-539-9797. Dave, take a text. We can get to the people. And then I do want to bring up an NFL topic, but it's not this just draft-a-palooza thing. I want to see if I can get people to shift their thinking. But, David, text that we need to get done from hour one, and we'll get some calls, too.
It won't change because the coaches and adults for U of M just refuse to be adults. Michigan fans will take it from there. People just need to go back to treating others as you want to be treated. It's a simple thought process and not hard to do. That text doesn't speak for everyone. I'm a Michigan fan and my heart hurts for the lives lost. I hope we come together and respect both sides. If Juwan allows Hunter to do that, Juwan needs to be fired. Mark in
All right, but Mark, can I say this? I don't even want to do the hypothetical because it is not possible for me to think so little of two human beings to think that would be a remote possibility. If that happened, I'm pretty sure you know what my answer would be. And I won't even be here to say it. You'll just hear it from somewhere across the world.
But you know what? I'll let you call in if that happens. We'll go to a special Mikey segment.
If you could just do like a hologram of Prince, just do a hologram of my middle finger. That would pretty much cover it.
I have one of those.
A Prince hologram?
No, your middle finger.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
yes.
It pops up every time you call me.
Yes. It's one of my favorite bits ever.
Right. It does. David said he calls me and it's Mike giving me the middle finger.
It's great. It's awesome. 248-539-9797. Let me get to the people, and then I want to give you this NFL thing. But a couple guys have been very, very patient, so let's do this. Let's go to Mike, 97.1. Mikey, what's going on, bud?
Hey, happy Friday, fellas.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Personally, I'm a younger guy, about 28, and I think the rivalry is actually in a good spot. I enjoy the rivalry, but I do think there's a few things that, from your vantage point, have kind of made it what it is. And I think, so back in the early 2000s, never really was. I mean, there was a rivalry, but it's different now. We all know that. And I think a huge part of it is because of social media. I don't think the rivalry is as bad as you guys make it out to be. Now, obviously, the tunnel situation, I hope that's an isolated incident. But outside of that, you look at basketball games, there's nothing crazy that's happened during a game. You look at even football games, there's nothing malicious during the game or anything crazy that's happening.
Mike, they just had a fight in the hockey game. Was it last
that's
week?
That's hockey.
Okay.
That's hockey, Rico. You know that. Come on.
No. It wasn't just a normal hockey fight. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, but I personally don't think the rivalry is in that bad spot. I think social media and whatever you guys think of it, I don't think social media is real. I enjoy your guys' radio stations, but I don't feel this hatred in other hours of the day. I think you guys do a little bit of a job.
Well, you wouldn't because the other day parts work for the school, so that's a small difference.
Right, I understand that, but I just don't feel this venomous social media is not real. And I think social media is where you get all of this venom. And you go to games, like, there's nothing venomous that's happening on the field during this Michigan State rivalry. Obviously, the Devin Bush stuff, that's just normal rivalry stuff.
Okay, so when Hunter Dickinson goes on a podcast where a host calls Tom Izzo Hitler, that's not toxic?
That Hunter Dickinson didn't say that.
No, but he was on a pod, and by association, he didn't correct the host either.
Okay, so you think that's what makes the rivalry venomous? I just don't.
I'm giving you examples, man. How about this? Yeah. Here's another idea. We do a radio show every day, Mike. Are you telling me the people who call like yourself aren't real? Because if you don't think there's been a tone change in this rivalry the last 5 to 7 years, I don't think you're paying attention. I'll give you social media is not real, and I have no part in it. But our daily existence is.
Yeah, and you guys do a great job of getting callers in, and I think this conversation gets a lot of callers, but in reality, I don't think it's venomous.
Okay, I you know what, Mike? It's a free country. I guess doing the job that I do for a living, going to school where I went, I can tell you it's the nastiest rivalry in America. Full stop. There's no rivalry like it. You want to say Auburn and Alabama, I'd take it. But Michigan and Ohio State is a walk in the park compared to Michigan and Michigan State.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the respect factor. Michigan respects Ohio State. So you only go so far. You hate them, right, but you respect them.
Yeah, and again, you want to go to the football game. Okay, the tunnel was technically after the game. All right. How about Devin Bush? How about Will Golston? And how about what Taylor Lewan said to him? How about when we go and talk about Jim Harbaugh slandering kids? And Ward Manuel going along with it, even though the two of them hadn't spoken since May. They united that night. Guys, that's all toxic stuff that you can go in 5 minutes with.
Yeah, but other day parts don't talk about it.
Well, you know what? Sorry the broadcast team is on the air. They're not going to. Just be real. They don't have the perspective we have.
No, you are correct. But it's there. The problem is, if you don't want to acknowledge it, you're not making this up. The whole, social media is not real. Okay. I don't know what that has to do with it. Now, if you told me social media has helped accelerate this, absolutely. I think it has.
100%.
But we're just making this up? Bruh, come on. Okay.